Congressman Ro Khanna gets boxed in on a West Bank road by settlers holding American rifles. Lindsey Graham dies in his home on Capitol Hill, and Mitch McConnell, who used to run the place, hasn't been seen in a month. Allegedly. We're bombing Iran again while oil posts its biggest day in 6 years. And finally, in Maine, the guy 156,000 people voted for is off the ballot. All this and more today on Back Society. So a couple of things happened this week, guys. Some crazy things. I want to start off with Graham Plattner dropping out after that sexual assault article came out by his ex-girlfriend. So there's like a vacuum with the Maine Senate race. Everything is just going bad. My conclusion is don't trust people from Maine anymore. Why are they doing it? What are they doing up there anyway? I don't even understand. How are we taking this? How does this hurt the Democrats' chances to unseat Susan Collins?
I think it's going to come down to the process, man. Like, they're either going to like find a candidate in the same vein that's not quite him, or they're going to crash and burn. If they pull a Biden and go like, we're just going to do Janet Mills, it's over.
They're thinking about it. Oh, I don't think they're going to do Janet Mills, but like, there's a guy named like Troy Jackson who's like closely aligned to like his belief system. But at the same time,
that's fine. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be. It can't be a traditional Democrat. They got to go fringe-ish to keep the
allegations authentic though.
I mean, he dropped out.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I think it was too much to fight. I mean, it's tough, right? Because like apparently there was some other stuff that kind of came out where he was kind of, first it was like he broke in and like assaulted her, and then I guess there was some text messages where she was like telling him she needed her glutes massaged. It was like kind of leading him on a little bit, and he was like hammered. I mean, it's like he was still hammered drunk and drove to her house and like came in. So it's pretty crazy, to be honest. Like,
some juicy details right there.
Yeah.
So like they're talking about like doing another like small convention where they just throw up another person.
That's what they need to do. They got to do some kind of convention. They can't just do an anointment. You know what I mean?
Well, there was a thing where apparently Plattner wanted to choose his successor. So there's that. I don't know if they can take into account. If I was the Democrats in that party, I would be like, dude, you're out. Sorry, bro. It's over. But yeah, that's happening. Fucking, it sucks. But like,
it's politics, baby.
That's politics. Yeah. But at the same time,
that's what you get when you get an unvetted candidate.
That's what I was gonna. Exactly. I was gonna say like it really just puts underlying their vetting process and how garbage it is.
Yeah.
Because how does that happen?
Well, how long ago did it happen?
Well, the assault,
a couple years, like 2020.
Yeah,
I think it was 2020. Yeah,
yeah,
not that long ago.
So if someone was, it feels like forever. But like if you were trying to vet a a guy who's running for the Senate, a national seat, right? You gonna want to look at that stuff. You want to look in further than 2020, even.
How many? Yeah. Okay, but how many people that are sitting there now have problems just like that?
Well, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Like, actually, there's one sitting in the White House. What are we talking about?
I would say many, but I'd also say those people have been there for like, what, 50 years? So,
50, 60, 70.
Vetting process isn't as great as it used to be.
I also think like this guy, he seemed like a flawed candidate from the beginning, right? Like he was brash. Like, I don't trust Marines anyway, so like I don't know why everybody else did.
Hold on, is that the guy with the Nazi tattoo?
Yeah. The Nazi tattoo for Blackwater.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he's got to go, bro.
He's gone.
Go,
but he had they built a real movement. Like,
right.
It was literally grassroots, and the sitting governor couldn't even win the nomination, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like they built a real thing.
Explain his movement. What were people gravitating to?
Well, very much anti-Israel, anti-establishment. Like kind of like literally in his letter to Maine, pulling his name off the ballot. At the bottom of it, it said "fuck ICE, free Palestine," and something else in an official document to the state of Maine.
He was one of those.
So like that's what it was.
He was like one of those gruff everyman too, The dude was like
oyster farmer from Maine.
Yeah, he was an oyster farmer.
Bro.
He was kind of had like a Memdani-esque platform more than for
A little bit, yeah.
social platform, which wasn't bad. And you know, for like the Democratic Party, that's
Hardcore
what
populism.
Yep.
I would call it hardcore populism is what he was running on.
Bro, I think that's the wave right now. The pendulum is swinging to the other side.
That is the
It is,
wave.
yep.
They just got a
Yeah.
shitty candidate.
Yeah.
They just got a shitty
Yeah.
candidate, man.
Yeah.
And it just shows you, like, here's the thing. If the establishment was okay with it, none of this shit would have come out. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
come
right.
on.
They were gunning for this man from the beginning. Like, this
Yeah.
wasn't even the first, like, oh, you know, he was a bad dating partner article that came
He
out.
had multiple scandals.
The last,
Well, that's why I asked,
the last
that's
one that
why I
came
asked if
out,
it was authentic.
it is authentic. At least
Yeah.
it seems like it. But the last one that came out was just bullshit because like the person he assaulted or whatever was like a right-wing Trumpian like podcast host. So
Yeah.
everyone was like,
Yeah,
okay, go away now.
So apparently when that story came out, they also interviewed this other girl, the one that just came out. She was part of that, but she was unnamed. And they focused on like the kind of conservative, like, which is crazy that he was dating this chick who happens to be like some kind of crazy Trumpy, you know, political insider, which is just weird.
I mean,
honestly, it's super weird.
I mean, like,
Was it a
Trumpians, they probably saw Marine and jumped right on. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, probably.
The best spies are women.
Dude, apparently she was like a podcast host. She used to co-host with a podcast with Bethany Mandel and of Breaking Point's fame. Have you ever seen that? When she tried to define socialism and failed. She tried to define woke and failed badly.
Yeah.
Marilyn's greatest daughter.
You know what clip has been going around is that the one girl that she's like 29 and she married the 60-year-old guy.
Kathleen Levitt?
Karoline Levitt?
Karoline Levitt.
Right. Karoline Levitt.
And she was like, you know, my generation's just so lazy. We gotta dig our heels and
she got herself a sugar daddy.
and you're just so, and she says it with a smile, and you're like, bro, you've never worked a day in your life.
She didn't. She got like all her positions through family connections right out of like college, and then married a sugar daddy who was introduced to her by that one Florida former representative, the one who got in trouble for trafficking.
Oh, I don't.
Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz.
Oh, Matt Gaetz.
They were hooked up by Matt Gaetz.
You're like, bro, how are you able to talk about? Because I think they were talking about inflation, right? And she was like, it's not. There's no inflation. It's just we're just lazy because we've been fed a silver spoon our entire life.
She has never needed to worry about money her entire fucking life.
And you know what? Even though she's 28, she look old, man. I think she lying about her age.
You know, some people say you start morphing into your partner, right?
Ooh,
yeah,
true.
I mean, that's pretty messed up. You think she's aging 30 years?
Yeah.
She's got someone's got 40. Look, you can grow older, but you can't grow younger. You can grow older, but you can't grow younger, you know?
I think she's lying about her age. She might be an alien, honestly. She look old.
I don't know. I
She
mean,
look real old.
Did you see like that Rolling Stones article where they had like the close-up shots of everyone in the Trump administration and everyone just looked fucking terrible?
Kind of
pretty bad.
Sciences.
All right, moving on.
Seances. What kind of seances are they doing over there?
Who knows, dude? All these people, they get like straight to a casting call. Okay, moving on. Sticking with the Senate, though, as you all probably heard today, Lindsey Graham has passed away, Israel's greatest soldier. Gone. Just like that, 71 years old. Which is crazy they announce it because they won't announce the other Senate member who's probably dead too, which is Mitch McConnell.
What do you mean? They had a 20-minute conversation with him. Everybody had.
He's talking about Scott Jennings. CNN even was just like, we don't know anything about it. Like, this is on his own personal thing.
I can't believe that guy said that. This is what we're dealing with. This is the fight that we're dealing with.
He got the call.
Day, you know?
That might be Scott Jennings' biggest misstep so far in his like newfound, MAGA anointment as the CNN go-to. Dude, you could just tell he's just like, fuck, I fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
it is
It's
not
like,
a
why
good
would
look,
you
man.
say why would you say that, dude? Why?
Dude, are you saying
Like,
people actually lie on the internet?
and on TV apparently.
What?
You know?
What?
Terrible.
What? Dude, I'm sure that 20-minute conversation was pretty one-sided. One guy was speaking, the other guy was just a corpse. But, it was fine, right? It's technically a conversation.
Hey, it
but
could
I
be a
didn't
one-way
see
conversation. It's a one-way conversation, baby.
There you go,
Like,
man.
what are you gonna do?
the voicemail. I didn't see Lindsey Graham
It's a
though. That I was like, when you showed
Dude, nobody
that,
saw. He just got back from Ukraine like 40. So here's one thing I will say. This is not good for the Ukrainians. He's a true war hawk, and he was an ardent defender of Ukraine.
Yeah.
And it's gonna hurt Zelensky not having Lindsey Graham in Trump's ear. Like I honestly believe that.
Yeah, it's gonna suck for
yeah.
what? He was
It's
like
good for us,
he
though.
was like the last great neocon in the Senate, wasn't he?
He had to go, man. Shout out
Yeah,
to
I mean,
Ames.
I don't know. Jesus.
I didn't see it coming either, man. Because as he was
I think Ted
71.
Cruz is kind of a neocon though, but
Ted Cruz is a neocon, but not like as bashed as Lindsey Graham was. Like, oh my god, man.
for sure.
You would act like he was on the front lines sometimes.
Do people?
I mean, he
Ted
was in
Cruz
the
still
Air
has a
Force. I'll
platform?
give him that. He was in the Air Force.
I get it, but it's like he's the one charging in battle the way he wants to just do this shit.
Oh, dude, yeah. If you ask him, he's the one who killed Osama bin Laden.
Oh.
That's the way he acts. You know,
Man, it's kind of crazy, because
But-
like out of all the like rotting corpses that comprise our Congress, he didn't look that
see
old.
it coming.
He didn't look that old,
No.
Well,
I was reading some stuff. He was like in his 70s. Apparently, he's been fighting like high blood pressure for a long time. But the question is, Trump's going to have a major say in who gets appointed
Oh, of course.
in the interim. And everybody's floating around Nancy Mace might get appointed. Can you imagine? Imagine if that happens?
Dude, that's bullshit. She just lost her own race, and you're just going to be like, oh, well, anyway, here you go.
Imagine? Well, here's the problem. If they do appoint her to the Senate, they actually lose a seat in the House,
Yeah.
right? Because this is her final, she's a lame duck, which could hurt them even more, like right now. But dude, it's crazy. I was not, it was so funny because I saw something online. I was like, this seems fake. There's no way he's just dead.
I know.
Like sudden, and that's how I was like, oh. And then when I saw it on his actual Twitter, I was like, oh, this shit's real.
Yeah.
He died.
It's
Crazy.
As soon as
crazy,
you
dude.
sent that, I did the exact same thing. I was like, "There's no way," and I googled it, and everybody's just like, "You passed away." I was like, "Oh my god!"
I couldn't believe it either. My first thought was like, wow, John McCain is probably choking him in hell right now.
I'm just thinking like he was just at Disney World 2 weeks ago, touching little boys, and now he's over here.
Jesus Christ.
We lost.
You know what I
we
mean?
lost a true opus over there. It sucks.
He is, everything the Epstein class dreams of,
Yeah.
but on the gay side.
I know there was like so many gay allegations over this man. It just
There's
doesn't.
no way that guy wasn't gay. There is no way.
Still, it's just like poof. No one cares. It's the dustbin of history.
guarantee you, in 2 months, his gay lover that he's been, seeing for the last 20 years is gonna come out and like admit to it. Dude,
It's gonna be
I'm
like
telling you,
it's gonna be
maybe
like
not in 2 months. It's gonna happen.
oh yeah.
It will
Within the
be
next week.
Lindsey Graham's long-term secret gay lover, tells all.
I
was
know,
like- he's
and you know
like-
exactly who it's gonna be. It's gonna be like some like late 30s, mid 40s, like
No.
Hispanic guy named like
No.
Federico or something, dude. That's what's
No,
going.
it's gonna be. It's good. No, I'll tell you what it is. It's gonna be he's gonna be like 23. He's an influencer. He's gonna be like, I met Lindsey
What?
Graham 12 years ago. We've been in a steady relationship, and he
12
paid for
years
everything
ago,
for me.
and he's in his 20s, huh?
That's how they do it, man.
Anyway, it's coming out. I have no doubt in my mind. It's gonna be on TMZ. I'm sure of
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. going back to the other one, Mitch McConnell, like, there was all those neighbors reports of people seeing him, like, loaded into an ambulance, like, slack-jawed, eyes closed. Apparently, this dude is just gone, but no one's announcing him. They're, like, doing, like, voodoo shit to keep him, like, at least breathing, I guess, to have, like, one brain synapses going off.
Blink if you're still with us.
Well, it's hard not to do it with Lindsey Graham because he was so active.
He was.
You know what I mean? It's not like he had health scares and he was just in Ukraine and flew back. Like, well, one, kudos to them for just fucking saying it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Maybe
but
Russia
the thing
took
is,
him out.
Mitch McConnell, he might be brain dead, but doesn't mean his body's dead. Okay,
That's right.
He still embodies.
He can still
the
vote.
embodiment of Satan is still floating above
Yes.
his bed.
He can
Yes.
still vote, dude. It's gonna be
Yes.
crazy when they do announce it because, like,
Mitch
I don't know
McConnell,
if it was
friend of the
Scott
show.
Jennings. It was Scott Jennings or some other guy on cable news. Who's like, well, you know, the real work is done by the staffers anyway, so this is nothing. This is a no big deal. It's like, no. First of all, that is a big deal if the staffers are doing everything.
yeah.
Like, he still has a vote. He's the representative. They're not elected. Like, why would you even say that?
Because he's retarded. They're all retarded.
Because there's no such thing as political consequences anymore.
Zero political. And you know what?
You know what I've done the last 2 days? We watched Independence Day and we watched
good.
Air Force One.
Oh.
Okay? Independence Day, the greatest speech ever given by anybody in
4th
the
of July.
history of cinema. It was amazing. I get goosebumps every time.
I like the
Amazing.
background that, like, they didn't even know. They thought that dude was the president.
He was the president. He is the president.
I mean, the extras
should be the
had no idea. They were
And
like
then-
random Mexicans.
And then I move, and then next, Harrison Ford is the president.
Yeah.
That's one of the most badass, like, you know, making Russia my bitch. They're gonna do what I say. I'm beating people up, and the next thing you know, Liberty 2-4 is Air Force One because
Come on
this dude's
now.
hanging on for dear life. There's no president that could do that.
Well, I don't know. We do have a new presidential jet right here, courtesy of the Qataris, man. Apparently the security's off and everything, but that's going to be the new Air Force One, baby.
No, they said, didn't he leave it in Turkey?
Did he? Or was he forced to?
Back. He wasn't on it.
Oh.
It flew back, but he was not on it. He had to fly
Yeah.
back in the actual Air Force One that has legitimate air
I have a
defense systems.
I have a conspiracy theory. All right. I'm pretty sure Israel got mad that Trump was in Turkey. And they were like, hey, we uncovered
they
a plot
said that.
that Iran is going to kill you. Hint, hint, we're going to kill you.
I mean, they had like, Iran did like during the funeral had like sides going like, we're going to fucking kill him. Well,
Yeah.
it's not that much of a stretch to think they'd want to kill him though. They killed, Khamenei.
But we have 1,000 missiles locked and loaded on Iran right now.
Yeah, they're
I'm
also
pretty
they're also like a theocracy, a radical theocracy. So I mean, like if you kill their like spiritual leader, I'm sure one or two are going
understand
to
that.
want to retaliate.
I understand that. But also, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, because like, I'm pretty sure with Trump saying, yeah, we can sell them Turkey those F-35 planes or whatever, and BB not being happy about it. I'm pretty sure BB's like, we could get to you. We're gonna uncover this fake plot that they're gonna kill you. But in reality, we're the masters of assassinations.
I mean, they are really good at it. It's
really good at it.
killing people.
So I think it's just a warning shot.
What pisses me off the most is that the Iran war is still going. The Strait of Hormuz is closed again. We're firing at Iran again. I thought this was like the 30th piece, dude. What are we doing
Wait,
here?
what's the? Oh, hold on. What is today? Sunday,
Yeah.
right? By the end of today, the Strait of Hormuz will be open, and
Stock
there'll be
rises.
another deal. There'll be another deal right before stock market opens tomorrow. Come on now. We've seen this pattern too many times.
The pattern is Friday is when we get our final peace deal. It's Monday when it falls apart.
Yeah, you got to go through the whole weekend. You
Yeah.
can't be doing that on a Sunday night.
Monday morning then.
Speaking of which, did you guys see though? Elon canceled a last-minute appearance on like CNBC on Friday, and it caused SpaceX stock to like drop like 3%.
Why are they saying?
Because it was like they didn't say why. He just like canceled it last minute. Like literally, they were on the air and they're like, they're supposed to have Elon, and they're like, I guess he's not coming or whatever. Live on the air, and all of a sudden the stock just goes. Boom, 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 boom.
Really?
I was like, no. I was like, bro, I got 7 shares. What are you guys doing,
dude? What are you like up like $7 a share right now?
I'm up. Last time I checked, I was up $12 a share. I should have sold when I went to 200.
Yeah, but you didn't know.
I mean, we both.
Knows.
I didn't think like 200 would be the ceiling. To be honest, I didn't think that. I thought it would at least double.
I thought it was going to double too. That's what I was kind of hoping for, but it did not.
It did not. It is trying to claw back whatever value it has.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
That's facts.
Yeah.
Somebody, you gotta take a chance here and there.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I did.
You do. That's why the Strait of Hormuz is fucking closed again, because people are just taking shots.
You gotta take your shots, man. You got to.
So are we in another forever war here? Let's be 100% honest.
What, dude? We can't get out.
We can't even keep that strait open for more than like a day, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good.
It doesn't feel good.
I'm hoping if it just stays limited to aggression in the strait, which it's gonna suck for the economy, but like as long as it doesn't escalate to like actual boots on the ground, like it's just gonna become a steady state. Like, what's the difference between that and the Houthis? I honestly think Trump's gonna get bored and be like, "Hey, we're just done." Like,
everybody keeps saying he's getting bored, but he keeps going along with this.
Yeah, I mean,
think he's got no choice.
He keeps going.
Well, I think he's delegated it to Pete Hegseth.
I'm not necessarily.
I really think that's what happened.
I mean, what
Pete Hegseth and JD Vance?
Maybe. Well, JD Vance doesn't want to be there, apparently, supposedly, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows with that guy? But they were just at that, that leaders conference and stuff, and Trump was doing a lot of like NATO contingencies on Iran and gaining Greenland again. We're back on that train too. But it seems like Iran is still foremost on his plate.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, because what happened to the MOU, right?
Dude, that thing is a joke. Let's just be real.
That lasted a couple of weeks.
Did it last that long?
I think so. But still, though, I mean, like, he wants to leave, but he can't leave.
And let me tell you what,
problem.
JD, the shitty part is he sunk like everything he had, like all his credibility into this thing, being like, it's real, it's totally real. Like there's no way it could possibly fail.
You don't see him on TV or anything anymore.
It's just like good.
Dude, well, because he put everything he had to in there,
right?
And it's not gonna work. So,
is his book tour finally over?
His book tour named "I Was Chosen by God and Trump."
It's not gonna be chosen by the Pope. They don't care about him anymore.
That's fair. Yeah, they're not fans.
The converts, they're more Catholic than the Pope, if you didn't know, or at least more Catholic since Vatican II.
This is so bad. He's. What do you think he's going to do in the midterms?
JD, nothing. He'll probably
no. Trump.
Trump. I mean, it depends on like how the midterms end. I guess if he loses the midterms, loses the House, maybe the Senate, less likely, but he's just going to be a lame duck president at that point. I mean, he's already ruling via executive order, so I guess in theory, not much will change. There'll be just more impeachments and pushback.
Because I thought he was pivoting the way how he was talking about Israel and how he was trying to leave Iran, how he's doing all this so he could focus more on the midterms. But I feel like that went out the window too.
I mean, he's got Elon focusing on the midterms right now. Elon's already spent like what, $300 million for the midterms so far.
Is it that much?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's pretty much the midterm guy right now is Elon.
But you know what though? You can spend all the money you want, but
he has all the money.
You got to be popular.
Yeah,
like, that's the real problem.
Yeah, and people don't want to. And do you think Elon is popular?
I mean, I would say
he's crushed. He's crushed his popularity, dude.
Exactly,
he's crushed his popularity, but like only to like centrists and like left wings. There's still a lot of right wing people out there.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It's just with their guy in the office right now. Don't expect them to like come out in droves for the midterms. That's the only bad thing.
That's the thing. It's not going to be the fact that like they don't want to. It's going to be they just don't show up. Like at the end of the day.
Yeah. That's the problem you have to contend with.
And every like political influencer, I would say, is getting their influence to vote for the other side.
Yeah.
Or not voting at all.
I think they shouldn't vote at all. I think they should be comedians and not political podcasters. That's just my opinion. We've done the political like comedian experiment. The only one who's actually been decent is Tim Dillon at this point. Everyone else needs to pack it up. They're not good at this.
Front of the show here.
Front of the show, Tim Dillon.
Everyone else needs to pack, like Schultz, Rogan. They need to pack it up. They're not smart enough for this.
Tim Dillon is the voice of the people, man. He's just too funny.
He's decent. I mean, like during the election, he was kind of wavering a bit, but like it seems like he finally fucking realized that there's some dark forces out there.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. It's we understand we were all bamboozled by Trump, right?
All, huh?
But
you were.
I saw it plainly.
But hold on. The message hasn't changed, though, right? The message from what he said and then what we still want from today still hasn't changed. He's the one that flipped. He's the one that did the 180 on everything that he said. You know what I mean?
He knew how to get people in his pocket so he can get more power and more money. If people stopped listening to podcasts or are way out over their head with this, you would come to the same conclusion.
But I'm saying the podcasters too, they all want the same thing. Drain the swamp. You know what I mean? No new wars. We want peace. You know what I mean? The message has returned the same. It's just the guy that was preaching it flipped on everybody.
And now we have
what I mean?
More swamp creatures, and we have a literal swamp for a reflecting pool. The irony is just crazy right now.
Well, not just that, is now it's became very transparent thanks to Trump. Very transparent on who's who, because back then everybody was in the shadows. The veil has been lifted now. So it's like
I guess, but like I want them to pack it up before the same forces that gave us Trump are going to give us a new guy who says the right things, and they're like, that's our guy. Because that's what's going to happen. Because everyone's default modes when it comes to this kind of stuff, especially if you just have a little bit of money, is leaning right. And unfortunately, the right already knows the playbook, and they're going to keep running it over and over again. It's not going to stop with Trump.
But here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. So is the next because the next candidate is going to be left, right? The next presidential candidate is going to be left, right?
Who knows, man? I really can't tell you because the Democrat Party is fucked.
If the next candidate is left, are they going to preach the same thing with the voice of the people, and then as soon as they get in the office, do a 180 and do exactly what Trump's doing?
If they're right wing, I think it's more likely they'll do it. If it's for the left wing, they're going to be like, "Oh, we can't do it," but they're probably not going to lie to you about it. But they're going to give you some excuse on why it can't be done.
Now, because
maybe they'll blame the parliamentarian or something.
Do you think they're gonna the pendulum's gonna swing over to a socialist?
Not for a long, long time. We're never going to be a socialist country. That's not going to happen. We might have like socialist aspects like a la Green New Deal, but not Green New Deal, but the New Deal like FDR. But to think this could be a socialist country is just impossible. Not without a civil war.
Yeah, because I was going to say, do you think capitalism failed?
Unfettered capitalism is definitely a failure.
Yeah. I feel like if you have a trillionaire, people being broke, just inflation's so high and like people like corporate tax breaks, high individuals not paying their taxes and too big to fail thing. I don't know. I kind of think it's capitalism is
I would
failing.
I would say with too big to fail, monopolies,
Yeah.
terrible. Someone being like very, very rich, I don't see it as so much of a problem. I'd see someone being like ungodly rich while the middle class is being completely eviscerated. I see that as a problem. Like if we still had like, the 60s middle class, 60s, 70s middle class, but like Elon's still a trillionaire, that wouldn't be a problem. The problem is just like you can't have all this poverty in the world's richest nation,
That's what I'm
everyone's
saying.
future being completely fucked, but there's like an insulated few who are just fine and taking everything. Then that's a problem because it's not like it's not that I could agree with it or not. It's just the population is going to revolt eventually.
Right.
It's
right.
not
I don't
sustainable.
I could change my view on that if I was one of the like at the top. Like if I was an oligarch, I'd be pretty cool with it.
Yeah, because you're at the top and you're just
And
like,
you know what this-
obviously I'm good, right? Like I'm just playing the game right. Why can't you, dude?
Like I'm gonna be honest. Like it sucks to suck sometimes.
But you know what? Right. But I'm amazed on how like the top is just able to gaslight retards. And the thing, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? They're just so able to gaslight these people, and it's just amazing.
Dude,
like,
they
bro,
have a
look
whole.
around.
This is what I've been trying. This is some of the stuff I've been saying. Like they have a whole apparatus on how to gaslight people to be dumber. That's why we're gunning the Department of Education. That's why we have people like fucking. They have all these like casting call influencers, grifters to go on like shows and stuff and be like, all the people that are trying to educate you are actually part of this evil cabal, like big archaeology and big science and big. You can't trust them, guys.
You don't want to get into archaeology.
I'm just saying, like it's all part of the same forces to keep you dumb, to keep you not thinking.
I'm gonna leave this one to Scott because he knows the truth.
Thank you.
It's all
and
distractions.
The truth doesn't have to be said.
They don't. They want you to listen to a guy who hawks fucking Alex Jones like fucking supplements, and not the guy who spent his whole life in a university studying something.
This is Professor Dave speaking, and I think it's crazy how he has. I think it's crazy how he has 4 million followers. Listen to this.
He's been on YouTube for a long, long time.
He has 4 million followers, and he's crying he can't get on podcasts. Something's up.
What did he cry about that? He was just on Danny Jones.
Yeah, and he cried and begged to get on there, and then he crying and begging again to get on the podcast.
Did Danny Jones say he was crying and begging?
I'm just saying.
The guy who kind of doesn't know what's going on.
Math ain't mathing, bro.
Wait. I meant to ask you guys. This is speaking of Danny Jones. Have you seen like did I bring this up before where it was about the whole Eamon Hillman Danny Jones fight that's going on?
No, what's going on?
Dude, just look, there's like some videos. I can't remember who made the video. But there's like a whole thing where I guess like Eamon Hillman's like Danny Jones is set up an idiot and there's like his like followers, like his like little cult that he's building. They're like melting down and like being like Danny Jones is the Antichrist.
Oh,
like, all this, it's
God.
crazy, dude. Anyway, there's like this real small niche. You got to look up the video. It's hilarious. Anyways, I'm sorry I derailed you.
So many antichrists coming out lately in this day and age, man. So many. I mean,
all right, so the final point, bro Khanna, what happened with him over in the West Bank?
Khanna got detained in the West Bank by Israeli settlers. Yeah. The IDF came and apparently just did not help. Dude,
but I mean,
detaining a U.S. senator in the West Bank, yeah, it was real. How can you detain a U.S. senator?
Well, I mean, like, you never know because, here's the one thing. He probably wants to run for president.
Well, let me tell you this. Dave Rubin said it wasn't real.
Really?
Well, that's
See?
it, man.
Just let you know.
Dave
I'm
Rubin is
just
a
letting you
stand-up
know,
guy.
bro.
That's
Dave Rubin is a stand-up guy.
he is a stand-up guy. Why do you think he lives here and not in Israel?
Because I was just curious because, you know, if I was that would be a viral moment on Israel, especially having being a senator and him saying, "Hey, I got detained." You know what I mean?
It did happen. There's
That's
videos.
why I asked if it's real.
Yeah, there's videos and everything. Like, I don't think Roe would lie about that.
So, but Israel knows who he is?
Yeah, Israel knows who he is. They sent IDF to go pick him up, and apparently they were just not playing ball with him at all.
That's crazy because
Yeah, I don't know.
our taxpayers pay the IDF.
IDF. Yep. This was in West Bank, not Gaza, just so you know.
There's a big
So,
difference.
I'm just saying though, there is an Israel problem, and it is a big problem. It is a giant problem.
Well, they got a problem with
This
Lindsey
is our
dying
number one
now.
priority. Yes. Lindsey Graham died from AIDS, but still though, this is a giant problem. A giant problem that we must
Allegedly.
Do you know what was that section 224 where they were integrating Israeli intelligence with the US intelligence? That's supposed to get passed this month.
Yeah,
Like how
I've seen a lot of people freaking out about it, and usually when people freak out, that means it's like not a real thing.
I mean, I looked it
so
up.
I haven't really like dug into like the verbiage that's in there.
Yeah. So like I do know like BB was like, "Hey, we don't want like $4 billion in taxpayer money or anything." And then he low key slipped this in. So basically, if they're like intertwined, he would have a chunk of our $1.5 trillion from the Pentagon.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I know he did like that whole thing like a few months ago. He's just like, you know, we need to end U.S. support of Israel, like financial support and all that. But like, you know, there's an angle, right? There has to be an angle. Right?
And that's
There's
the
no
angle.
way.
I mean, that's the public. That's
Because
the
who's
public.
suddenly just like, no, please don't give me your money.
Yeah, please
Who
don't give me
does
your
that?
money.
I don't know.
He's saying that just so he can get the public support of Israel not being bad and stuff like that. Low key, he's backdooring everybody.
Well, I mean, they definitely know they have lost the information war on this. Like, it is over.
But if you, like, who even put this in a bill?
Wasn't
Should
it
be
like
hanged for treason. Hanged for treason. What is going on here?
God damn.
I'm just saying.
That's like probably most of Congress is for this, man.
Hang every single one of them. Hang every single one of them for treason that says yes, or that even put that in the bill.
Oh my God, dude, we got the second coming of John Brown over here.
I'm just saying, man. I am just saying.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. This is all the time we have left. Thank you for listening to the Bad Society. This is Jay signing off.
This is S, baby.
This is C Money. Take it easy.
Thanks for watching.
Take it easy.